Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin-Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.
Okay, my world clock says it's 7 o'clock, and in recognition of the fact that this is a special meeting and the transfer of mayoral title, I'm going to call the meeting to order and ask that the clerk call the roll.
Alderperson Boyette. Here. Steiner.
Here.
Hillstrom.
Here.
Lundrum.
Here.
Orchard.
Here.
Skirms.
Here.
Erickson.
Here.
Stevenson.
Here. With all current council members present, I'd ask you each all to stand for our Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item of business is probably the most important one tonight, and that would be the swearing in of our new mayor, Jane Lang.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jim Guns. For those who don't know me, I'm the judge of the Neenah Court. Last week, Mayor-elect Lang called me and asked me if I would do the swearing in, and of course I said yes. And I believe we have a family Bible here from the 1880s or something of that nature?
1878.
Okay, well, put your left hand on that then, please, and repeat after me. Please raise your right hand. I, Jane B. Lang,
I, Jane B. Lang,
having been elected mayor of the city of Neenah,
having been elected mayor of the city of Neenah,
Winnebago County,
Winnebago County,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor to the best of my ability.
and will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And give it to you.
The next item of business will be the swearing in of our three aldermen. Alderman Boyette, Alderman Steiner, Alderman.
I, Lee Hillstrom, been elected alderperson for the city of Neenah, Winnebago County,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the
Constitution of the United States,
and the
Constitution
Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
of the State of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully discharge
will faithfully discharge
the duties of older person
the duties of older person
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
At this time, I'd just like to take the opportunity to mention some thank yous. I'd really like to thank my family for all of their support over the past months, husband, our children, so appreciative to you. Our campaign team, thank you, could not have done it without you. Amazing, I'm so grateful for all your support. Community members and friends who supported me, encouraged me along the way, helped me every step of the way. So appreciative, thank you. I'd also like to thank my opponents in the race, Alderman Borchert and Kelly Behrman. Thank you for conducting a wonderful campaign. Kelly as well. Thank you so much for conducting a campaign, and thank you for all you do on City Council. I'm proud to call you a friend. I'd also like to thank Mayor Coffert for his leadership and advocacy for the city the past 8 years. You left me some big shoes to fill, and I appreciate all that you've done. I'd also like to thank the Neenah Historical Society Board of Directors and our Assistant Director, Becky. So appreciative for their helpfulness during this process and all that they did to support me. I'd also like to thank my fellow and all of the staff of the City of Neenah who've really made the last 2 weeks incredibly easy, and it's not going to be easy. I understand that. Every step of the way will be something new, and the learning curve will be steep, but that's okay. I'm feeling very supported by our city staff, and I'm really looking forward to working with every one of you. We have an incredible staff at the City of Neenah, and I'm very proud to be part of it. I do want to, as I often bring up history, I can't fail to bring up history tonight. I just want to make this quick statement. It's my belief that our history is simply the ongoing story that we're all writing every day. As I've assumed the role of mayor of the City of Neenah, I'll be doing my absolute best to ensure that the history that we're writing today will be looked back upon with thankfulness and pride. So thank you for putting your trust in me to accomplish that goal. My door will always be open to all of you, and together we'll move Neenah forward to a bright, positive, exciting future. Thank you very much. As we start our organizational meeting, I'd like to ask for a motion that the rules of order of the previous council be adopted as rules to govern this council until modified by proper action of the council. Is there a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor will vote with the roll call machine. That motion passes 8-0. The next item will be election of officers for president of the council. Is there a motion?
Are we doing nominations right now, Mayor?
Yes, yes.
I move to nominate Todd Stevenson for council president.
I second that.
Are there any additional nominations? If not, we'll do that and conduct a vote. Please indicate your vote on the roll. President Council is elected as Todd Stevenson by 8. The next item of business is the mayor's appointments to the standing committees for one-year terms expiring April 2023. For the Finance and Personnel Committee, that will be Alderman Erickson, Alderman Boyette, Alderman Skirms, Alderman Steiner, and Council President Stevenson. For Public Services and Safety, that will be Alderman Hillstrom, Alderman Lendrum, Alderman Borchert, and Council President Stevenson. The Neenah Menasha Joint Fire, Finance, and Personnel Committee will be Alderman Boyette and Alderman Borchert. Is there a motion to confirm those appointments?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor will be voting on the roll call machine or opposed. I'll get the hang of it, I promise. That motion passes 8-0. The next item on the agenda is mayor's appointments to the special council committees with one-year terms to expire April 2023. For the Committee on Rules, Alderman Lendrum, Alderman Borchert, and Alderman Skirms. For Legislative Review, Council President Stevenson, Chair of the Finance and Personnel Committee, and myself as mayor. Is there a motion to confirm those appointments?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Vote on. That motion passes 8-0. We'll now have a short recess to permit organizational meetings of the standing committees, special council committees to elect chair, vice chair, and set the meeting date.
That's what I said. Oh, that's it.
So.
Okay, we'll call the meeting back to order. And we'll have organizational reports of those standing committees, finance and personnel. Will be reported out by whomever was elected chair.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting out from the Finance and Personnel Committee. The chair of the Finance and Personnel Committee will be myself. The vice chair is John Skirms. And we will be meeting on Mondays the week prior to the council meeting at 6 o'clock. That is a change from before. We've moved it to 6. And that concludes my report.
That report. Public Services and Safety Committee, their report.
Thank you, Mayor. That's me. Reporting out from the Public Services and Safety meeting, Alderman Lendrum, myself, was elected chair, and Alderman Lee Hillstrom was elected vice chair. It will convene the week before council, Tuesdays at 6:30, the way it was before. And that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Committee on Rules, John Skirms.
I will be chair for rules, and Alderperson Borchert will be the vice chair. We'll meet as needed.
Thank you for that report. Legislative Review Committee.
That was me. Legislative Review Committee made up of Mayor Lang, myself, and Chairperson Erickson. I was elected captain. I I was elected
Safety patrol.
Chair. Yeah, I got crossing guard for that. I was elected chairperson, and we meet on call as needed. That concludes my report.
Thank you for that report. Moving on, mayor's appointments. This is a very long list. It is all laid out in front of you, so I'd like to ask if there would be a motion to approve the mayor's appointments as presented, with one exception, that Alderman Erickson would be the Community Development Authority position in place of Alderman Lendrum.
I would move to accept the mayor's appointments.
Second.
There's a motion by Stevenson, second by Borchert. Please indicate your vote on the roll call. That passes 8-0. Thank you. The next item are the council appointments, and that's Council President Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. The council appointments, I would recommend that Alderperson Skirms would be our council representative of the Joint Review Board, Alderperson Steiner as the council representative of the Landmarks Commission, Alderperson Lendrum as the council representative to the Loan Assistance Board, and Alderperson Erickson to chair the Neenah Arts Council, Alderperson Borchert as the council representative to the Park and Recreation Commission, Alderperson Steiner as the council representative of the Plan Commission, and Alderperson Boyette as the council representative to the Waterworks Commission. All those terms would expire as of April 2023, and I would so move.
Second.
There's a motion by Stevenson, seconded by Erickson. Please indicate your vote, yes or no, on the roll call vote. That motion passes 8-0. Thank you. There are no confirmation of mayor's appointments. Next item is approval of council proceedings. Is there a motion to approve the council proceedings of April 6, 2022 regular session?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by Skirms, seconded by Borchert. Is there any discussion? Any corrections, additions, any problem? Seeing none, all will vote yes or no in favor or against approving the minutes on their roll call. Those minutes are approved. 8. There is no public hearing, so no report on the public hearing. Next item on the agenda is the public forum. Is there anyone here who would like to address the council in the public forum? Anyone here who would like to address the council? Being no one, we will close the public forum. And no mayor council consideration of public forum issues, so moving on to item 8. Is there any objection to unanimous consent of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Necessary. No objection.
No.
Yeah. That's okay. We'll do it this way this time, and then we'll change it the next time. So there's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor, well, no. We don't vote on the roll call for that. So that the consent agenda is approved. Moving on, Reports of the standing committees, the regular Public Services and Safety Committee meeting of April 12th, 2022. Council President Stevenson will be reporting on that.
Sure. As the mayor indicated, I'll be reporting out from the April 12th meeting of the Public Services and Safety Committee. The committee recommends that the council approve the purchase of a Ford F-350 truck with a plow package from All World Ford in Hortonville in the amount of $72,763.56. This would be funded through capital equipment budgets, I'm assuming $2,022. And I would so move.
Second.
There's a motion. There's a motion by Stevenson, seconded by Skirms. Any discussion? I see Alderman Boyette.
Thank you, Mayor. Excuse me. So I would like to know when we can get this vehicle. Is this something we're going to have to wait a year or two for, or is this something they have in stock, or just curious on delivery?
Sure. This is actually why we presented this to the committee at the time we did, is that it is immediately available. So it is on the lot. We put a deposit down for it, so we will be getting it, I would think, everything put together on it within the next month or so.
Great, thank you.
Is there any further discussion? If not, please vote yes or no on your roll. That motion passes 8-0. There was no Finance and Personnel Committee meeting, that was canceled. Regular Plan Commission meeting of April 12th was canceled, so moving on to item 10B, the Board of Canvass meeting of April 6th. Council President Stevenson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm reporting out from the Board of Canvass that met the day after the election. They compared the ImageCast Evolution, otherwise known as the ICE machine, printouts with immediate returns, and I had the following results. For the race of mayor, Jane Lang received 3,235 votes. Brian Borchert received 2,474 votes, and there were 9 write-in votes. Jane Lang, having received the highest number of votes cast, is hereby declared elected mayor of the city of Neenah for a 4-year term expiring April 2026. In Alderperson District 1, Kathy Boyette received 783 votes. Kristen Sandvik received 773 votes, and there were 7 write-ins. Kathy Boyette, having received the highest number of votes cast, is hereby declared elected alderperson in the first automatic district of the city of Neenah for a 3-year term expiring April 2025. In Alderperson District 2, Dan Steiner received 1,517 votes, and there were 17 write-in votes. Dan Steiner, having received the highest number of votes cast, is hereby declared elected alderperson in the 2nd district of the city of Neenah for a 3-year term expiring April 2025. In Alderperson District 3, Lee Hillstrom received 270 write-in votes. Melissa Stafford received 144 write-in votes. Lee Hillstrom, having received the highest number of votes cast, is hereby declared elected alderperson in the 3rd district of the city of Neenah for a 3-year term expiring April 2025. That was witnessed in the office of the city clerk at the city of Neenah in City Hall on April 6th, 2022, by Marion Gallstad, Samantha Jefferson, and Charlotte Nagel. We need to make a motion to accept those. That concludes the report of the Board of Canvass.
Thank you for your report. 10C, Board of Public Works meeting of April 12th. Alderman Hillstrom.
Thank you, Mayor. The minutes from this meeting can be found on the city website. There are 2 information items this evening. First one is board approved pay estimate number 1, contract 1-22, sewer, water main, and street construction on Apple Blossom Drive, Frederick Drive, Green Acres Lane, Honeysuckle Lane, Meadow Lane, Primrose Lane, and Wild Rose Lane to Kruzek Construction, Green Bay, the amount of $796,068.81. The second item is board-approved pay estimate number 2, contract 8-21, Jewelers Park Drive Trail, to Vinton Construction in the amount of $364,019.63. And that concludes my report.
Thank you for your report. Director Hayes, anything from the Community Development Authority?
The only comment I would make this evening is I see the fourth floor of the project at 201 on the corner of Church and Wisconsin. The fourth floor is being added as we speak. We are not necessarily CDA, but the comp plan, downtown comp plan work is going to be kicking off here very shortly. And I had one other item, but I don't recall what it is, so it can't be that important. That's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for your report. Alderman Erickson, report from the Library Board.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move the library board report for this month only to the next meeting because the library board will be meeting tomorrow night.
Thank you. Alderman Erickson on the Neenah Arts Council report.
Thank you, Mayor. The Neenah Arts Council met last Wednesday, and we discussed a full slate of activities for the Neenah Arts Council for the summer. The upcoming item that I'd like to discuss is that starting May 6th, a number of businesses and organizations have adopted flower beds in the downtown area, and there will be artwork placed in the flower beds. And it's, I think, a highly successful project that will be very, very interesting to the community. So after May 6th, make sure you take a walk downtown and check out all the artwork in the flower beds. And that concludes my report.
Thank you for that report. Presentation. Are there any petitions? No petitions. Any council directives? None. Any unfinished business? Seeing none. New business. The first item is to discuss the process for filling vacant seat in District 3 on City Council due to Alderman Lang elected mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. The council will remember, I hope, that I sent an email out on April 12th where I was asking for input on committee assignments, and also I included a request to Clerk Nagel to put this agenda item on the agenda for tonight. So here it is. I did include in that email a possible layout or methodology for filling the position if we chose to fill it, but it really is the council's choice. Council can do, quite honestly, anything within legal requirements to fill the position. We could wait till next April to fill it. We could just about anything we wanted to from a methodology perspective. In the past, we have entertained applications from, and I wrote in my email, qualified people, and I only meant when I said qualified that they lived within the district. Not that they had any extra qualifications, but that they did live within the district. We could theoretically receive applications up till May 27th, and then invite any interested parties to our first meeting in May. They can give a presentation as to why they think they are. We could limit that, or we could not limit it, depending on the number of people we have. And then the council would vote, and the first candidate to receive a majority of council members, in this case it would be 5. First person to receive 5 votes could be elected. That's how we've done it in the past, and it's worked quite successfully. So but I opened up for your comments as to what you. Ryan?
Only in the situation that we were in an election with second person that was running the write-in campaign. I'm not saying we should do it or not. I'm just a suggestion that if that person was committed, received 100 and X number of votes, it would be a possibility that that person could be asked if they were interested in that. I'm okay with the way we've been doing it for the last open seats, but knowing that someone committed to running a campaign and the constituents in that district voted for that person, came in second, and it was in District 3. So it was just a comment and another option out there considering the results of the election.
Alderperson Erickson?
Thank you. I think that we should do it as we have done it in the past, where we take applications and have people come and present to the city council and have a vote. I think it's been very successful in the past. We filled a number of positions that way, and I think that opens it up to people who may be interested in applying for that position now that it's open.
Mrs. Skirms?
I concur, agree, and Brian, to your point, that person could obviously apply.
Yeah, yeah.
Given that, I'd make a motion that we adopt a strategy or a plan that would accept applications for the 3rd District Alderperson up until Friday, I think the 27th is a Friday, May 27th, and then that we invite applicants to our first meeting in June. Is it right?
June.
Yes, I'm sorry. Our first meeting in June, at which point we would choose an alderperson based on the first candidate to receive a majority of votes.
So moved.
I think I made
Oh,
that
you
motion.
moved?
Yeah, I made that motion.
Well, I will.
Oh, I'm
Maybe
sorry,
I
I didn't.
So,
Technology.
President Stevenson, it would,
Do we
this,
have a-
this
do we have a
doesn't
s-
need a motion.
Okay.
And if you wanted to make a motion, you'd either have to suspend the rules to vote on it today, or it would have to be put on next agenda, but you don't need a motion. The council can just,
Oh.
again, if there's consensus, the council can proceed.
well, then-
Well,
Is there-
withdraw it.
Then I guess I'd ask for a vote. But you can do this. It's your meeting.
My understanding is we can't take a vote on it unless we suspend the rules because it's new business. They have to be on the following agenda. So it doesn't need a vote if there's consensus. of the council.
So I would suggest moving forward, the question could be posed, if anyone objected to how you had proposed it, to make that known, and then it could be put on for a vote for next meeting. If that makes
You're in the chair, so I'm okay with what I said with my plan, but I don't know about everybody else.
Okay. So is there consensus of the council that that's the direction that we should be going? That's the direction we'll be going. Thank you. Thank you for meeting that. Next item is dates for council for availability of aldermen and staff. Alderman Erickson?
Thank you, Mayor. I think we should wait until the new council person has been determined. That way we will have a full slate of council members for the photo.
Great idea. Alderman Boyette?
Yes, thank you. Also, I think in the past, we've had to pick a date or dates for the photographer's availability as well. So those two things would play into key for that before we could actually date, I think.
Mm-hmm. So refresh my memory, President Stevenson, what was the target date that we had for?
It was June, the first meeting in June, which would be June 1st.
Yep.
And so I would suggest that, knowing that we'll have a candidate chosen and a full slate on June 1st, let's look at the third meeting, or the second meeting in June, third week of June, June 15th.
I can,
Does that work for everyone? Without looking at your calendars to check? Let's target that then, June 15th. Thank you. Are there any other announcements or questions that may legally come before the council?
I got a couple. I got a couple invitations or communications from veterans groups, and I'll send an email out to the council, but I wanted everyone to know that we are invited to participate in the annual Armed Forces Day event on May 21st, 2022 at the Isle of Valor located at Smith Park. The event will start at 11 o'clock a.m. They'll be honoring veterans both living and deceased at this event. We hope that you can find time to be with us for the celebration. I'm also working with Mayor Lang regarding the Memorial Day Parade. We did receive invitations, and so I will get something out to the council asking if you are interested so that we can plan accordingly. Interestingly, this year, the invitation was for the Memorial Day Parade was not sent to both the Neenah and Menasha councils, but it was sent to me and the Neenah City Council. So I was kind of waiting to see what happened in Menasha, and I'll contact their council president. Mayor Lang and I have had some conversations about maybe some modifications, so more to come on.
Thank you. I'm sorry, before Alderman Stern.
Just a question from the Rules Committee standpoint. Is that something, the filling position that can't be, the term can't be completed, is that something we could consider adding to the rules, or do we want to do it ad hoc each time it comes up? Just thoughts. If you have thoughts on that, send it my way.
Question for the council.
Yeah, my input would be, I get probably because I've filled more than, because I've been the
Yeah.
longest. But I think there is some legitimacy in not creating a strict rule, because the opening can occur at, unfortunately, when people either pass away
Yep.
or, so I think having some flexibility to fill the position the way makes more logistical, logical sense, and not being held to certain procedure would be my,
That's fine. I'm just asking the question of if we wanted it incorporated, we could address that.
Thank you for. Any other announcements? Question? Oh, Alderman.
April 29th, Trevor Fink was looking to make sure that if we can get as many altar persons available at Washington Park for our Arbor Day celebration from 10 until 11, that would be great. There'll be second or third graders putting on a presentation, so it'd be cute.
Thank you for that reminder. It's also the Neenah Heroes celebration at Neenah High. So,
With duties?
yes, split duty. Former Mayor Coffert will be attending Arbor Day celebration, and I will be at the Neenah Heroes celebration. Any other questions, comments? The only other item that we have, City Attorney Westbrook and I have talked about having a pre-meeting prior to council, just for a little bit of training with our new aldermen and refresher for all of us, and particularly as it relates to unanimous consent and how to conduct that. So are we talking half an hour or 15? Probably 15 minutes ahead, so we would be starting the meeting at 6:45 next time. If everyone is available for that.
so that'll be,
Fourth?
is it the first meeting in May?
The
Yes.
4th?
4th, okay.
May 4th.
Yep, very good, thank you.
Any other questions, concerns, comments?
Well, just one, Alderperson Erickson brought it up earlier, the seating arrangements will vary based on council rule. So next time we meet, Tammy, I know will be moved, Dan will be moved. Be aware of that.
Right, and we did not do that this evening because of the roll call pro is set for your current position. So we would have had to change all of that. We didn't. But next time.
I have a question.
Yep.
So when we appoint the new alderman, will that then change it again? So is it better to wait until that person is in that position because it could affect it?
It's something to consider, I suppose, yeah.
Likely, I don't think anyone will choose the person by where they stand in the alphabetical chart,
No,
which is how our
no.
rules work.
No, but then the
but-
roll call probe doesn't have to be updated twice.
Well, it could be, could have. Well,
If we waited until the new person's in.
right, I don't have any problem.
Okay. We'll think
Wait.
about that and make that decision. Any other questions? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor signify by saying aye. All
Aye.
those
Star? Star? Can you give that to Dan? I'm going to let him have it.
We're adjourned, can't do that.
Thank you, we're adjourned.
Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin-Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.